She was already shouting when I stepped out of my truck. No intro, no warning, just chaos. Karen stood on the edge of my empty land like she owned the whole world, waving a paper in her hand and yelling, "You can't be here. This property is under our HOA authority now." I stared at her mega pool. Yes, a full-size luxury pool with bright blue water, brand new lounge chairs, and even a waterfall, all built right in the middle of my land, my empty land that I bought cash 6 months ago. I hadn't even laid a foundation yet, and somehow she turned it into her private resort. I stepped closer and said, "You built a pool on my land." She didn't even blink. "No, you are trespassing. This is part of Lakeshore HOA now. We extended the boundary. I had approval." Her voice cracked like she was trying to scare me, but my silence scared her more. Then she snapped her fingers and 2 men walked out from behind the pool, muscular, wearing matching shirts, acting like security. One of them said, "Ma'am, you want us to remove him? Remove me it from my own land." I almost laughed, but curiosity held me still. I wanted to see just how far she would go. Karen smirked and said, "Yes, this land is under my project. He doesn't belong here." I looked at the man, then back at her and said quietly, "You're really sure this land isn't mine?" She raised her chin. "Positive? You should have checked the rules before stepping into HOA territory." I didn't move. I didn't argue. I just pulled out one folded document from my jacket, my original deed with GPS boundaries. And the moment she saw the seal, her smile twitched. Not fear, just the first hint of panic. "Karen," I said slowly, "you built a megapool on my property." Without permission, she froze. For a long second, nobody moved. Not her fake guards, not even the wind. Then she whispered the line that told me this was only the beginning. "You won't own this land much longer." And she walked away like she had a plan. A dangerous plan. A stupid plan. A plan that would make me end up owning far more than just this land. Karen didn't waste a single day. By the next morning, there were fresh HO property private area signs hammered all around my land. She even added a new one right at the entrance that said, "Unauthorized access. Miller legal action." I pulled one sign out of the ground and the metal pole bent in my hand. Cheap aluminum that told me everything. She wasn't following rules. She was making them. As I walked toward the pool, I heard her voice again, sharp and loud like she was performing for an audience. There he is, the man trying to steal HOA property. A group of neighbors stood behind her, confused but scared of her tone. She pointed at me and said, "He's trying to take our new community pool." "We built this for everyone." I raised an eyebrow. "You built it on my land." One guy whispered, "Wait, your land?" Karen shot him a glare so fierce he shut his mouth instantly. Then she pulled out a bright red folder, holding it like a weapon. "I have a new boundary extension form. HOA approved, county approved, everything legal." I didn't even look at the papers because I could already see the biggest flaw. The signature of the county officer was spelled wrong, but I kept that to myself. She stepped closer, trying to intimidate me. "If you don't leave, I'll file a claim for encroachment." The neighbors gasped. I didn't because behind Karen I could now clearly see 3 things. A security camera mounted on a pole she had installed without permit, fresh construction markings leading into my land, and a hidden pump system connected underground, meaning she was planning something much bigger than a pool. And then it hit me. She wasn't just claiming my land, she was expanding her whole HOA territory illegally. I smiled a little and Karen mistook it as fear. "Good," she said. "You finally understand you can't win." But my smile was for something else entirely. Because she had no idea who I really was or what I actually did for a living, I looked her straight in the eyes and said softly, "Karen, you just dug your pool in the worst possible place." She folded her arms. "And why is that?" I leaned in a little. "Because the man you're trying to intimidate is the one person the county listens to. A flicker of doubt crossed her face. She put a hand on her hip. "What are you talking about?" I didn't answer. Not yet. Because the moment she would learn the truth, her mega pool wouldn't just become mine. Her entire HOA would. Karen kept pushing harder every day. Fake signs, fake forms, fake guards. She threw everything at me because she believed she had already won, but she didn't know the truth I had been holding back. I finally revealed it when she tried to file a complaint at the county office. The officer she needed approval from was me. I wasn't a regular landowner. I was the county's land survey supervisor. Every boundary, every map, every extension went through my desk. Her new boundary was not only illegal, it was a felony.